Adversity either crumbles you or becomes foundational to your success.
In order to learn the things that really need to be learned, we require a certain level of adversity.
You don't gain confidence by going to the spot that makes you feel good.
What's the first thing they say when you get on an airplane before they take off? Fasten your seatbelt. Why? Because you will experience some turbulence before you reach a comfortable altitude.
When things go wrong, they always seem to happen at once, and they just compound on top of each other. And it's pretty easy sometimes to feel beaten.
See, we live in a world where we believe that bad things are supposed to happen to us. Watch what you say about yourself, about your affairs. Be conscious of that on a daily basis. Why? Because your words are powerful. In the beginning was the Word. Life and death is in the tongue. Watch what you say. Never say I'm broke. Say I'm overcoming a cash flow problem.
The amount of people who decide in your situation when you hurt your back that see, it was just about to get good, but God took it away from me, and just give up is a lot.
And the second life gives you that challenge, all you want to do is go back to what made you confidence or what gave you confidence. Is that happy spot? No. What gives you confidence, what gave me confidence, was spending years at a kitchen table trying to learn how to read and write on my own.
When you're faced with all those issues and all those problems, and they all hit you at the same time. But let me tell you, that doesn't mean give up. In fact, it means the opposite. It means it's time for you to fight harder, to dig in. It means it's time for you to go on the warpath.
So there are lots of examples of people who had huge adversity. And I think it's how you deal with adversity that determines your ultimate success, as opposed to how you deal with success that determines your ultimate success.
Let those challenges raise you up. Let them elevate you. Let their demands and their trials make you stronger. Let the adversity you face today turn you into a better person tomorrow.
What gives you confidence, not being afraid, is overcoming the fear. I used to stutter severely bad. So right now, I don't know how many people are going to watch this. You know what gives me confidence? Is knowing I no longer care if I sit and start stuttering to you.
Yeah.
That's what gives me confidence, is facing these things, overcoming them.
You look at the most successful people in the world, I know very few of them that haven't had a major failure. You know, if you read through they're not the financially most successful people. If you read through the Forbes billionaire list and you read their stories, you know, they've had failed businesses and they've lost everything.
It's not in that comfort zone. It's in the discomfort zone is where my confidence is getting built. That's where it's getting built. But people want an easier answer. There has to be an easier way. There's not. I'm sorry. I searched for it my entire life.
You have something special. You have greatness within you. You have talents, abilities, and skills that you don't even know that you have. So affirm good things are supposed to happen to me, and begin to believe that. Begin to expect that. Given the fact that you are very talented, but you're behind on your dreams and your bills, do you expect, based upon your performance, based upon what you produce at this point in time in your life, do you expect to be successful?
It won't be easy. It will be hard, because life is hard. That's what life is. And these challenges that you face, they're going to do their best to take you down. Do not let them. Stand up, dig in.
Now do you really believe? See, it's one thing to believe when you got money in your pocket. It's one thing to believe when your marriage is working out and you got your health and your children acting like they got good sense. Oh, it's good to say, oh, the Lord is blessing me. It's easy to believe then. Oh, but when you get that diagnosis, say you ain't gonna be here long. When you lose your job, when someone you thought you'd be with for the rest of your life say, no, we can't do this no more. That's when you have to stand. That's when you have to begin to live.
I look at that as suffering, and I'm not a sufferer. So it's like, in order to have those fears, you have to be focused on yourself. You have to obsess about yourself, like, I might fail, I might lose something, I might have less of something, I might never achieve something. And that's what the brain does. So I just don't put up with that crap. You know, it's like, it's not like I'm the superhuman positive guy and don't have bad or tough times. It's just like, I'm an athlete. You know, when you build your muscles and you use them over and over again, they get bigger, and what was hard is now easy. And I believe that psychological muscles, spiritual muscles, emotional muscles, courage is, you don't use it, you lose it. You use it more, it gets stronger. And all of a sudden people will go, wow, how do you do that? You know, I built it like you can build any muscle.
When you break, you have the opportunity to show the world, the whole world, what you are really made of. If you break, it means it's time to fortify your will to make it stronger. There's all kinds of different ways to break. You can break physically, you can break mentally, you can break your heart, you can break your spirit, and none of those are fun, and all of those are gonna leave a mark. But the mark that they leave can be the mark of victory, or it can be the mark of defeat. Because every time you break, and in every way that you break, it's a chance. It's definitely a chance for you to give up and for you to just to fall apart.
You know, faith is a muscle. Unused, it gets weaker, it doesn't get stronger. Passion, unexpressed, wanes, it doesn't expand. So for me, I find it easier today because I'm more wired than I was ever before. I don't mean wired like just pumped up. I mean like I have been through so much shit in my life, as most of us have been, and I've run so many companies, I've faced so many challenges.
But there's also opportunity. There's opportunity to get stronger, and get smarter, and get faster, and get tougher, and get more stable, and get more resilient, and get better.
When you make it through all those elements, you develop a level of certainty that says, I'll find a way, I'll be guided, there's a higher purpose in this, and I'll try something that doesn't work, so I'll try something else. And you just keep shifting until you get there. So for me today, it's easier. Plus, as you get smarter, you know, all of us as we get older, hopefully if we keep growing, not every, you know, some people say I got 10 years of experience, and I look at them and go, no, you got 1 year experience, you did 10 times, right? You haven't grown in 9 years, right? And I'm very direct and honest with people. But if you really have grown, you can do more with your pinky 20 years in, 30 years in than I used to be able to do using every resource I had. Most people have like a highway to stress, a highway to pissed off, a highway to worry, and they got a dirt road, maybe, to happiness. And it's neurological. The more you go into states, like I'm sure you've met people that walk in and they're always pissed off, or they're always worried, right? Or some people think they're funny, but they're not, but they have such a good time, they crack you up too, because they have such a good time. So we prime ourselves to be a certain way. So I do 10 minutes, and my philosophy is, if you don't have 10 minutes for yourself, you don't have a life. And it's the first 10 minutes. So what do? I do this physical change with my breath and my body, I change my biochemistry, and then I do 3 minutes of just thinking of 3 things that I'm incredibly grateful for. And I step in like I'm there. Why gratitude? Because you can't be angry and grateful simultaneously. You can't be fearful and grateful simultaneously. And anger and fear are what mess people up.
Everybody together say, Les Brown, if you can do it, I can do it. And this time when you say, I can do it, say it with conviction. Point at me again, Les Brown, if you can do it, I can do it.
When there's no enemies within, the enemies outside can't hurt you. Today is the day you once and for all kill your enemy, the enemy within you. I'm talking about that voice in your head, the voice that says, no, you can't. You can't do that. You aren't good enough to accomplish that. You will never reach that level. The voice of doubt, you're going to kill that voice. You're going to kill that son of a bitch once and for all. You're going to lay him to rest.
Sometimes the enemy is also on the outside and close to you. Sometimes the enemy comes with good intentions. Sometimes a family member or a friend is the enemy. They may think it is in your best interest to let you know you shouldn't chase that crazy dream you have. They might think it is in your best interest for you to have a safe life, an average life. I think we both know you are far from average. You have to let go of your enemies. It might be hard, but it is much harder living a life less than your expectations. Sometimes you have to show them that despite their good intentions, they are wrong. They are wrong. And you are phenomenal. Believe in yourself. Show your true courage. Show your true heart. You can do this.
The past is gone, and you are in charge of your reaction to the present. Yes, there will be plenty of challenges and obstacles in your way. Yes, they may be hard, but you, and only you, are in control over your reaction to the circumstances that arrive in your life.
It's the voice of doubt. Sometimes we tend to ramble on a lot about the haters, the doubters, the naysayers, right? But listen, really, there's no greater obstacle in your way than your own self. The voices within your head are the #1 reason why you're here and not there. The voices in your head, listen to me, are the only reason you haven't reached your peak. That story you made up to yourself about why you can't do this and why you can't do that, listen to me. The only thing that is keeping you from your dreams is yourself, nothing else.
When your mind is telling you to quit, when your mind is telling you enough is enough, when your mind is telling you you can't go anymore, tell your mind to shut up. Tell your mind to shut up. I said it again because I want you to listen to your heart. Your heart is stronger than your mind. Your heart is where the passion lives. You will not be perfect. No one is perfect, but you will be deliberate. You will be on purpose and you will be in charge.